Hey everyone, today I'm going to do a full review on the Maxx Aider from a company called Arsenal. And if you like sticks for saddle hunting or lock-on tree stands, this here is a game changer. This guy comes along and pops up on my social media page. I'm looking at it, I'm like, holy cow, this really makes sense. But what really is it? How does it essentially work? Could it twist? Could it turn? Fall over? Is it going to be clunky? Is it made from aluminum? Is it going to make noise? Did my research on it, and I just really love the concept of this. Now, with that being said, I ordered one, and I wish I would have ordered two. So I'm going to put a second order in for this particular component here. I am not sponsored by Arsenal. I don't even know the guy. I don't know anything really about the company, and they don't know me. Essentially, that I ordered one of these pieces of product from them. But I'm going to tell you, I took it out once already, hung it up on the tree, utilized it on a recent bow hunt, and this thing is awesome. So let's talk about the specs of it and how it's designed and how it essentially works. So the Maxx Aider comes in at 7.4 ounces, so it's just a little bit under a half pound. It does have essentially the AmSteel cords here. And then it has 3 loops. So if you can see right here, it has this pull component, which is a rubberized piece. So 1, 2, and then 3 loops. What's nice about these 3 loops, it allows you to adjust it at different lengths. So 20 inches, 18 inches, or 16 inches. You are told in the manual to perform a double girth hitch knot. So you're just going to come through, pull that through, and put it on there. You're not to put just the bare loop on it and then pull the rubber stopper up. You're supposed to utilize a double girth hitch knot. And then after that's on, you pull that knot tight onto there. And it fits really, really well and firm. The thing I really like about it, though, is if you look at it, it's got basically like the swing. So with the 2 strings on the side, this keeps it essentially level. Now, if you had 1 string that went straight down, this could flip forward or back. The 2 strings keep it level. And then the AmSteel runs all the way through the bottom of the step. Now, they do have these grooves in here. These are actually a really good idea. I don't know if it's meant to be that way, but it helps fit on the stick much better. I think it keeps it from flying around, rocking around. I kind of wish the grooves maybe were just a little wider, at least for the Shakar 17 that I utilize. It's just a little narrow. But if these were just maybe a little wider, that would fit on there even better yet. Now, from the fitting perspective, how this fits on your stick from a carrying system is it has these little bungee cords on the side. So there's a bungee here and a bungee here, and then that bungee system runs through the back here. And I'm going to show you right now on how essentially this guy fits right onto your carrying stick. So essentially, if you can look here, there's a little crease right there. So you just take this guy here, wrap it around the back side, and simply take it, push it right down into that crease. And if you want, you can take the other one, push it right down on top of it, and then you just do that to the other side as well, and that just holds it in place. Now, it's not, super tight, but it's quiet, and you can easily put your other sticks right on here. Now, after I get the second one, I'm not going to be able to put stick on top of stick, so what I'm going to have to do is I'll have to take the second Aider, and I'm going to have to bring it around, and then I'll have to just latch it on top here, and then just put it on the same way. I'll actually attach it to the same stick, so the 2 will be right on top of each other. As far as dimensions go, this has a 9-inch width from here to here, and it's 7 inches deep. So 7 inches from here down to here. It's at 10 millimeters thick. And then it has this hard, I would call it more like a hard plastic, but it is bendable. If you noticed, it's slightly bent on me, so there is a little bit of a dip in here, and it feels very secure. The other thing about it is the way it sits. It grips essentially any tree that I would say would be even up to this wide. Now, if you even went into narrow enough. You probably could even fit into a tree that small, but I wouldn't want to sit in a tree that small. The one thing I really like about this though is these glow-in-the-dark strips. These are super, super bright in the dark, and it's just going to help you see going downward or even up. And then these pieces here, these glow-in-the-dark pieces, are extremely grippy. They actually almost have a little bit of a tackiness to them on top of just having a really high grit to it. So I really like that component to this as well. All right, let's go get this thrown on the tree so you can see what it looks like, and then how you climb and how it works. So I have it all hooked up here. Now, those two little bungees that you saw, you might have thought earlier that they were going to be in the way. Once again, you just utilize that little crease right in there, and you can tuck it away in there, and these are completely out of the way now. The thing I really like about it though is this component here. This is just level and flat every time, and no matter how this hits it, it always goes back. I'm going to even turn it. So I'm going to turn it like such, and boom, it is in place every single time. I'll even twist it back this way, and it actually twisted back to the way it was supposed to go. So that is very comforting to know. Right now I'm going to put my size 12 boot on here just to see where it fits. And right now, if I go underneath, it's about halfway, right at the arch there. And that feels way better already than those old Aiders. If I tilt left or right, forward and back, that whole foot is encompassed. It literally feels like I'm just stepping up a flight of stairs or going up steps. So I'm gonna go step on it right now, and I'm gonna put the camera behind it so you can see it flex. It does flex just a little bit. So as you can tell, it does have a little bit of flex to it, but I'd rather have it have that flex than being super brittle and have it essentially break. Price-wise, it is a little bit more expensive than your typical Aiders. It comes in at $40, and then you also have to pay shipping and handling on top of that. However, for myself, I'm all about ease of use, safety, simplicity, and stuff that is built extremely well and extremely well thought out. So on top of all of those components right there, to me it's worth the $40. And like I said, I'm picking up a second one here soon. The other thing about the Maxx Aider, I don't ever see this falling apart. Now, of course, you may have to change these out, the ropes on here, not a big deal. Yes, once again, it is a little bit more pricey compared to your normal Aiders, but for me, this is a game changer. And as I've gotten older, I do put more emphasis on safety, especially having a family. And with this guy here, I know that when I put my foot on here, it's going to do what I want it to do, and not like my Aider from the other night being stuck in my boot, and I'm struggling to get that Aider off while I got stuff in my hands, and so on and so forth. And yes, once again, I had the lineman's rope on, but still, I don't want to mess with that stuff. I want it to be simple. I want it to be easy. And I don't one stick, I do multiple sticks. I actually utilize 3 Shikar fixed sticks. I love the Shikar fixed sticks. I don't ever see myself changing from these. But something like this is one of those things that just makes it a little bit easier, a little more simplified, and makes your hunts enjoyable. And that's the other thing too. You just don't want your hunts to be frustrating because stuff isn't working the way you want it to work out. And anytime you can make it easier on you from a bow hunting perspective in regards to your equipment and how you ascend and descend trees, it just makes that hunt that much more enjoyable. These are the type of innovative ideas I want to see going forward, especially little things like this here, just a little notch attached to the stick, or essentially get out of the way, and the glow-in-the-dark strips with the stickiness on it. These are the little things where the thought process, you can tell, was made for the hunters, and the individual putting this together knew what bow hunters would be looking for in a particular product. You know, and I believe this is maybe 3D printed. I could be wrong, but with technology the way it is, there's no reason that we can't have lighter and better products. I always like innovative ideas in regards to the product line, especially for the deer woods. And then once again, safety as I get older is always in the back of my mind. And this hits all of the marks. I really can't find anything wrong with this particular piece. Yes, it has maybe just a little bit of bend in it, but nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I'd rather have it bend than break. I'm looking forward to more products from Arsenal. I know they have their own saddle line now coming out. I looked over some of their other products. Looks very, very nice. Right now, I am set saddle-wise for what I have, but in the future, if I'm looking for maybe a new saddle or possibly a new platform, I'm definitely going to give their stuff a look at. You could tell they really put thought into it, and their stuff looks very, very good. So you might want to check out their company. I believe they're called huntarsenal.com or Arsenal that they have on here. So this is my review for the Maxx Aider. If you folks like this review, please hit the subscribe button. That tells me you love these reviews, and I'll make more for you guys going forward. But in the meantime, I got to get done here. I got to head out into the woods here shortly, and hopefully I got a date with a big buck that I've been after. So until next time, Clint from Oak and Iron Outdoors.